Alright, today we'll be doing the 2-star quest Rockslide in Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. We'll be hunting a Rangarotora, which is the Japanese word for Volvidon. Well, I guess English, the English translation for Rangarotora is Volvidon, or it's the name they made for it. So this is Volvidon, but in Japan it's also known as a Rangarotora. This shouldn't be too hard. Honestly, I randomly chose this quest, but I decided to set on this one because usually if I get a quest, it's like, oh, gather some mushrooms. I'll skip over to like an actual hunt quest to try to make this as interesting as I can for these random quests. Although I will do some smaller, simpler ones to put in there, but whenever I actually go through playing these games, I'm sure we'll get plenty of that in there as well. But as far as this mission goes, the main reason why I was pretty excited actually to play this one is because I really like the song for the background music for whenever you fight an Arzuros and a Volvidon, for example. It's a really fun, catchy beat. And honestly, today I was going to stream Monster Hunter 1, but since I already have a whole video I'll need to be finishing by the end of the week, I'm probably just going to go ahead and stream one of the 3rd gen games, because I am in the mood for listening to this sort of music. I just really dig it. Maybe I'll play Trident Day, who knows. So a couple things to note about Volvidon. I'm sure that I've already spoken about them before, but since we are in the desert at night, we'll need these hot drinks. Because if it was the day, we'd need the cool drinks, but at night, the desert temperatures tend to swing wildly quite a lot, although I did use a cool drink when I shouldn't have. There it is, a hot drink. So at night it gets extremely cold, during the day it gets extremely hot, so you need to use the appropriate drink accordingly. And of course the rations as well to boost our stamina, since I need to learn how to eat, or I guess in this case, drink in this game before I go out. For the Volvidon, he's nothing too special, but he does roll around a lot. He does have a long tongue with a sort of paralytic venom to it. So he is I guess technically a venomous monster, and on top of that, the reason why you get deodorant is because he, just like Kongawala, he kind of farts on you. But it's a little different because he doesn't just fart on you, he like farts through his shell. I guess it's a little weird to describe, but as far as I know, I think it's actually going to be in the big desert area, but I'm just going to go ahead and check a couple of the other spots just to be sure. Like the Jaggy nesting site, for example, and this little area over here, because I was thinking he might be over here as well, but as far as I know, I think he might be in the other bigger areas. I believe that's where he usually spawns, just like Diablos. Yeah, there he is, right there. So, let's go ahead and throw a paintball on him. Hopefully he doesn't... Okay, yeah, there you go. I know Monster Hunter 1 can get a little weird with paintballs and them, like, snapping to attention. So, something I think is funny is that, or pretty interesting, I guess, as far as, like, reusing assets goes. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta be careful of that. But he actually uses the same skeleton. I mean, it's not just like surface level, it's like the actual skeleton and I guess bone structure, for example, as the Arzuros and the Lagombi. So whenever you're fighting the Lagombi or the Arzuros, if you notice them doing similar attacks, it's because they do have the same base effectively. So the only difference between this guy and Arzuros really is that, you know, obviously he has the tongue, the paralytic spit, and he rolls around. So technically, let's say somebody modded the game and they had access to the monsters. Oh, that's the fart attack right there. But let's say somebody had access to the files where they could swap around the monsters' movesets. You could literally have Arzuros rolling around like this guy does. It's like in Monster Hunter World. Somebody put Abio-Rugu in the game, or Abio-Gladius, depending on which version you know him as. But what I think is pretty interesting is that because him and Uragon share a similar, you know, the same skeleton basically, somebody actually put it in the game to where he was rolling around like Uragon does, because that's something that he does in Frontier, in the later levels, whenever you're fighting him. Oh my goodness. I'm getting absolutely back into a corner here that I need to be careful. Of course, these little guys can definitely be a problem. I don't remember exactly what they do, but I think they give you water blight with their spit, but I could be wrong. But they're kind of the 3rd gen analog for the, whatchamacallits, the Cephalos. So just like Cephalus, they'll kind of swim around you, and they'll occasionally pop out of the sand and then spit something at you. Or sometimes they'll just come out and... Oh, yeah, no, remember. They'll just like come out and spat at you, but sometimes they'll even like fly across the map and knock you down just like the Cephalus do. Absolutely hate it, of course. And there's that attack I was talking about where it's similar to Arzuros. And for those of you who don't know, it's a good idea to hang on to Monster Guts if you come and do this mission or similar missions, but you haven't done the mission that requires Monster Guts yet. There is one that does require you to have Monster Guts, so at the end of the mission, unless it's actually a key item, like the special mushrooms, and it's just automatically added to the points, I guess, at the end of the mission. But it is a good idea to hang on to the Monster Guts if you're able to at the end of the mission, because they are needed for some missions, and it's better just having the inventory so that you can quickly get those missions out the way. It'll definitely save on grinding. You can get to the actual hunts faster. Something to be mindful of is that as he does get enraged, or I guess as he gets closer to death, I'm not sure if he can do it in this thing, because he hasn't done it yet. But to my knowledge, at the very least in, what is it, 4th gen? He, in Generations Ultimate, or Generations, I believe he can actually, like, do a little pinball. He has, like, this pinball attack where he kind of bounces around, but even besides that, he can also do the spin move where he's rolling around. He can roll backwards and sideways as well. So I'm not exactly sure if he can do it like that in this game, since it's the first game he's in. I'm not exactly sure what the limitations of the moveset are compared to the later games, but I know that it's something to keep in mind as he does get lower on health and he becomes enraged. He can start not omnidirectional. He can like roll in 4 directions and start bouncing around and stuff. And he'll definitely use that to his advantage to try to catch you off guard. And of course, the Altaros here, they do tend to be aggressive in 3rd gen for some reason. I don't know why, but it's a good idea to get rid of them if you're worried that they'll kind of get in the way and stun you into another attack. Oh, like the fart one. But if he does hit me with that attack, basically the danger when it comes to the fart attacks, or I guess stench as a status effect, is that it can prevent you from healing. Because obviously you don't want to eat or drink anything whenever you're stench, because it stinks, and I'll just kind of ruin the taste, I guess. So what you'll do is use deodorant, you'll just kind of throw it at your feet, and it'll make this little cloud of stench removal mist, I guess, and that'll allow you to use your potions and stuff again. Now that I think about it, I haven't been stenched to really test, because I don't get stenched too often, but I might deliberately let myself get stenched just to see if you can use the rations and the steaks and stuff. Because it would make sense if you can't, but I don't remember if it only affects the healing items or not. Alright, now that he is enraged, something to keep in mind is that, as you can see there, he can spitball out the paralytic venom, and that will definitely, I don't know if it'll like definitely for sure paralyze you, or if there's just a chance of it, but I believe it's a guarantee that it'll paralyze you if it does hit you. So it's a good idea to be mindful of being in front of him, because if you are in front of him, not only can he hit you with that paralytic venom, but he can also hit you with his tongue attack. And of course, his claw attacks. But it is a bit of a juggle. You have to like kind of juggle where he's at and which direction he's facing, because his weak spot is on his belly, and he has armored on the sides. Although I think that, oh man, I can't remember what it's called, but that fold in between his armor platings on his back, I think that might be a soft spot. But I know for sure, like, the armor plating itself is not a weak spot, so you have to be careful of where you hit him, because his only real weak spot that's, like, definitely assured is his belly area. So you have to be able to hit him there in order to do the optimal amount of damage, but that also exposes you to the venom and his tongue attacks, and also, you know, just his claw attacks in general. It's a lot easier for him to hit you with his more powerful claw attacks. Oh, and something I did forget is that if you do hit him enough, like, while he's, I can't remember if it's while he's attacking, or if you just hit his legs in general. Obviously, it'll knock him over, but it's actually kind of crazy how much strength he actually has in his legs to be able to roll over like that. Because if you look at something like a turtle, or, you know, a pillowbug, or roly-poly, they can't really get up once they're on their backs. I think a pillbug head, because they can just roll over, or even an armadillo, which this guy is based off of. But for something like a turtle, or something similar, I guess, it's really difficult for them to get up, and this guy can just kind of roll over. So he's got some really powerful limbs there, being able to roll over like that. It's actually kind of absurd now that I think about it. And there's that tongue in action as well. I believe we're approaching the 10-minute mark, so I believe what I'm going to do is throw a paintball on him. I want to keep him marked on the map, because he's definitely not close to dying yet. Although, I do wonder what he's doing. Oh, what? Is he eating something? Oh, I think it's eating ants, or Altaros? I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what his diet is, but I think it does consist of Altaros. Although these Jaggy aren't making this any easier to deal with. But since he was able to successfully feed, he does get enraged, and that will make him a bit more difficult to deal with, but I'm not too worried about it because he's definitely one of the easier monsters in the game. As long as you don't get hit by his quake attacks, or, you know, with them rolling around. But like I was saying, I can't remember if he does it in this game or if it's only in later games, but I remember him being able to hold that ball form, and then while he's doing the ball form, he can, like, roll around in different directions. See, it's kind of oh yeah, and there's the one where he rolls backwards. So it's kind of oh, and then he's rolling to the side. Okay, so he can roll in 4 directions in this game. All right, so as I was saying before, something to keep in mind is that whenever he does roll around like that, he can hold the ball form and actually, you know, pause, and it'll kind of throw you off, and then suddenly roll in a different direction. And if you're not careful, obviously he can hit you with that, and that can definitely do a substantial amount of damage. But what I'm going to do is take a calculated risk if he'll focus on my cats. Oh, he's not focusing on my cats. I need to see if I can sharpen my weapon. Hopefully he does. Yeah, okay, he's focused on my cats now, so I should be able to get it off now. Oh, and generally whenever you want to knock him over, it's always best to do it while he's in his ball form. So the thing about his ball form is, as I was saying before, he can, like, pause while he's in his ball form and then suddenly hit you with it. So it is a bit of a risky maneuver, but he's more prone to being knocked over while he's in his ball form. Oh, actually, yeah, there we go. All right, so now that I'm in the next zone, I can just go ahead and show off the stink mechanic. So since I'm cinched, obviously, I can't use these items. Oh, and I can't use the rations either. Okay, so that does make sense. But obviously, you know, like I said, I have the deodorant, and that'll allow me to do that, which will allow me to pretty much get that over with. Although, something I forgot is that the hot drinks effect seems to have worn off. Yeah, okay, for a second, at first I thought I was water blighted, but then I realized, oh yeah, maybe I should try to get the hot drink, because I figured the hot drink might have worn off. I think it only lasts about 5 minutes in this game, although I could be wrong, but it would make sense. I think it does only last 5 minutes, so whenever you are in this area, like during the day, you're kind of on a timer with the hot drinks and the cold drinks, or not the cold drinks, but the hot drinks, and it's kind of just a good idea to try to make sure you kill the monster as quickly as possible, because otherwise your stamina is going to be in trouble. And that's what I was saying. He's holding that form, and if I beat him up there, he's more prone to being knocked over, but obviously as well, since he's pausing it, he can suddenly, like, roll towards me, and it's just a really fast and hard to dodge attack. Oh, and that's the move I was talking about. So that specific move is actually on Arzuros. I think it's on Lagombi as well, but I believe they also have the claws. I think Lagombi does that move as well, because he also has large claws like Arzuros and Volvidon here. But, oh, yeah, and there we go. Like I was saying, if you hit him on the shell enough, you can stun him, but it does take a bit of effort and time. But just in terms of, you know, like I was saying, their background music, I really like it, and that's something I think is kind of neat. They all have the same background music. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's like something beast or beast something, but just like they have the very similar body structure, they also, and skeleton, I guess, they also have the same background music, and it's always so fun listening to it. And that's really the main reason why I like fighting this guy to begin with. He's not really a monster I like a lot, although he has some really cool armor, and some really cool Palk armor as well, but I believe the music is shared between all three, and that just makes it so much more fun fighting them. Because in my opinion, the not just the fight itself, but the music for the fight does contribute a lot to the atmosphere, and the enjoyability of fighting them, like, repeatedly. Although, getting over here to the edge of the zone is never a good idea, so I need to try to, like, draw him out towards the center area more. Oh! And not get hit by that swipe attack as well. You about hit me with Fury Swipe, so that wouldn't have been good. Oh yeah, so hit me with a spit attack, and that definitely guarantees a knockdown, and they can just get a free hit out on me. At first, I thought whenever he used that attack, he would hit you with the tongue attack, and then that would, like, get him some stamina back or something, and prevent exhaustion, because in 3rd gen, the exhaustion mechanic was first introduced, but I believe he just kind of rolls towards you, or just uses whatever attack, as if you're just kind of standing there and letting him hit you for free. But if I remember correctly, that item over there should be a beast here. And I don't think it's used as any sort of crafting item, but I believe what it does is just gives you more points of ammunition, like a special mushroom. Oh no, it's first aid med. That's actually really good. So I think that one came from an Altaroth, but I don't remember for sure. Oh, looks like he's getting exhausted, so I am gonna use this chance to sharpen my weapon. Oh no, that's not good. That's what I was saying about the Altaroth. They'll, like, prevent you from sharpening and stuff. Oh, there we go. Alright. So, yeah, that's what I was saying about the Altaroth. Sometimes it's a good idea to just get rid of them because they can prevent you from sharpening or doing whatever else they can take a moment in order to like completely do. So that's why I get rid of the Althros. But it looks like he's going back to his little feeding spot in order to get some stamina back. I'm going to try to interrupt it this time because if I can get some free damage in. But if not, I'll still be able to get some free damage in either way. Yeah, it looks like I wasn't able to stop him from feeding. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to use this chance to... Oh, goodness. Well, I guess not get some free damage in. I actually took some damage there, and that's not good, but... thankfully, he doesn't do a lot of damage, as long as you're geared decently enough, and, you know, not doing too poorly. Okay, so that's actually really bad. So that's something that he can do. Oh, man, that attack does a lot more damage than I thought. Yeah, so that's why you have to be careful of the spits. I was not careful of the spits, and he was able to combo me from one roll into another attack. So I'm going to have to try to rush over there before he restores too much of his health. I don't know if he's going to sleep or if he's feeding or not, but him being enraged definitely causes him to do a lot more damage. So in general, it's just a good idea to be mindful of where he's rolling and try to not stay in front of them too much, because if he hits you with that spit attack, as you can see, he can easily take off over half your health. But obviously it doesn't help. I'm in the basically the online quest, but I'm in the offline portion of it. Even though I am in the offline portion of it, though, I don't think it makes much difference. I think the only real difference is if you have one Palico or two Palicos with you. And if you, like, go into the online lobbies and there's nobody there, you can only take one Palico with you. But I'm going to go to the right over here and see if I can kind of route him into another area. Because I'm going to be honest, him being right beside that feeding spot doesn't make this any easier. Oh, although it looks like he actually moved on his own towards the jagging nest. So let's go ahead and beat him up and see if we can get a little bit of revenge for him kicking our butt there. Oh, yeah, he's actually limping. So that's good. I'm not exactly sure where he's going. Oh, where'd he run off to? Oh, okay, all right. So it is just a connected zone, but I think this might be his nesting area, and that's what I was thinking before. Still, I don't have any bombs, so I'm just going to go ahead and beat him up. And obviously, like I said, it's just a good idea to avoid that spit attack as well, because I want to get one shot again. Oh! Yeah, but I did get sent. That's not good. So, like I was saying before, thankfully, we got deodorants. All you really gotta do is use one, and you're pretty much good to go. What's great about those is they are AoE, so they have an area of effect, and if you have teammates that are sent and they don't have any deodorants, you can use one of yours on them. And really, that's something I've always loved. Just in co-op games where you can kind of support and help your teammates out with different items, like the life powders, for example. It's just really nice to be able to support and help out your teammates. That's one of the reasons why I play games like, oh, I thought that would stop him. Yeah, that's not good. Oh no. Yeah, he's gonna bounce on me. That's not good. Hopefully, yeah, no, he's gonna bounce on me again. Oh, that is a lot of damage. Yeah, so that is definitely no good. And I'm gonna have to use a couple of Mega Potions in order to restore that health. So it looks like if he uses that bounce attack on me, he can kind of almost one-shot me. So it's a good idea to, oh, yeah, that tongue can also draw you in closer. And then you gotta kind of get away from there. But yeah, that attack is so strong, it has like an earthquake effect. Yeah, like I said, him doing that bounce attack is really the worst thing you can possibly get hit with, but it does have a pretty small hitbox, and that's kind of the only real saving grace to it. Even though it does have the quake effect, there's not really much you can do to capitalize once you do get hit by that quake effect. So as long as you don't get hit by the spit there, you're kind of good to go. And what you want to do is kind of hit him while he's in this ball mode, and it'll have a greater chance of knocking him over. Obviously, though, I am not doing too hot here. I was dodging it pretty good earlier, but I seem to be struggling now. And he is definitely comboing me. That is not good. Yeah, in some ways, this is actually like a fighting game. Because some attacks, there really isn't much you can do to avoid getting comboed by them. Besides, you know, just getting out the way. But there are some attacks where you get hit by it, and just by the nature of you getting up when you can, they can just kind of combo you into another attack, and they will take advantage of that to hit you with something else. Like the spit attack, which I am doing my best to avoid, because if he bounces on me again, it will definitely one-shot me, unless I get my health to nearly full. So that tongue, as you can see, it does have a dangerous amount of reach, so it's just a good idea in general to try to avoid getting hit by it, and obviously I'm going to try to avoid getting in front of him, because that's, because that spit attack has a bit of an AoE, and you do not want to get hit by that, as you've seen before. I'm not exactly sure what's causing these to come out, but I think this is another first aid med. Oh, that's a life powder. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's from the cats. That might be from the cats. I think what happens is the cats have that exclamation point come up, and I'm not exactly sure what they're doing, but they're just kind of giving me items. So I'm not 100% sure. That's a mechanic I don't really know about, but I'm guessing it's the cats doing that, because it wouldn't make sense if the outs were after them just randomly digging up items. Still, Volvidon is limping, and he is almost dead. And this is really just telling me my damage output isn't too great right now, because he's been limping for a good bit. Like I was saying, as you can see there, if you hit him on the shell enough, whether or not he's limping away or in ball form, it can kind of give you a chance to have some free damage there. Basically, like with him hitting us with the stun attack, the spit. I also just realized that I am almost out of paintballs, but I do not want to lose this guy since he can roll around everywhere. So I'm just going to hit him with a paintball, and... oh, I'm also going to have to use another hot drink. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I didn't realize this fight would take this long or be this difficult, but hey, it is what it is. I just need to top up my health and try to avoid getting that spit attack or the tongue attack on me again. Oh, I actually broke his back. I didn't realize that. So yeah, you can break his shell. It's pretty obvious once you do, and then once you break his shell, I believe you bounce on it less. I can't remember if it completely removes the armor or if it's just you bounce less often. But yeah, try to break the shell if you can, and obviously that gives you more rewards. Alright, there you go. Oh man, I actually forgot how good the victory music for this game was. It's very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, there we go. That's Volvidon. I'll probably be streaming Generations Ultimate today, or I guess the 3DS version Double Cross, so that more people can join. So, yeah. If anyone wants to join, feel free to. That's it. Thank you everybody for watching. If you learned something new, like, comment, subscribe, do all that algorithm stuff so I can be seen more. I'm definitely excited to see where I can go this channel, and I'm excited to see what I can learn myself, as well as spreading that knowledge to people who might be new to Monster Hunter or might want to learn about other monsters more specifically, or maybe monsters they're worried about fighting, they just want to figure some stuff out about them. That's kind of the main reason why I started this channel. It's sort of an edutainment thing. I want to be able to educate people on Monster Hunter and how it works and how each monster works as well, but also, you know, just kind of get more people interested in Monster Hunter. So yeah, that's just something I'm passionate about. I want people to be able to open up these games and have somebody to play with, because yeah, for me, Monster Hunter is the best game to fight loneliness with. Because it does kind of require that teamwork and require you having people to play with. So, yeah. That's it. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.